Welcome to my lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today I want to give you the 4 steps for effectively managing difficult conversations. So for me, I hate difficult conversations. It's my Achilles heel. Anytime I have to share anything that I think is negative, like, telling somebody that they weren't successful in a job that they applied for, or maybe I have to give feedback to somebody on their performance that fell short of expectations, I just feel uncomfortable whenever I have to deliver a message where I think the receiver is not going to like it. I want to be direct, but at the same time, I also want to be kind. And in all of that, I'm also trying to avoid confrontation. So it's not good. And I know that there are a lot of people too who don't really like those difficult conversations. But recently I interviewed Brooke Hunter, who's the president of Hunters International Insurance. And it's actually available on the podcast for My Lemonade Stand, which is available on both YouTube and wherever you stream your podcasts. So I've known Brooke for years, and I've always admired her communication style. She's very direct in her communication, no nonsense, but at the same time, she's really kind and very empathetic. And in our interview, Brooke shared her 4 steps for how she approaches difficult conversations. And I just thought they were brilliant, and I wanted to share them with you. So for these 4 steps, it's really effective if you could have somebody that you could run them through with, but you could also do it yourself. So the first step is about getting clear on your intention. So what outcome do you want from this conversation? And where this is really important is that sometimes the only outcome that we really want is just to get something off of our chest. And typically that doesn't play out well. So really taking that first step and understanding very clearly what's my intention and what outcome do I want from this conversation. Then the second step is about practicing. So you can role play if you have somebody that you're doing this with, and just generally go through like what kind of questions, what kind of comments do you think is going to come up in the discussion, and start to think through what your responses would be to help you to feel a little bit more prepared going into the conversation. I really love her third step, which is to walk through your worst case scenario. So think about the worst thing that you think might happen in this conversation. So if it were me, it might be somebody who gets overly emotional in the discussion, and then realizing that, hey, if that happens, I can actually press pause on the conversation, and I can actually say, you know what, why don't we come back to this conversation and finish it up later? So I find that when we think through how we're going to handle our worst case scenario, it's not so scary or intimidating to us. And then finally, the 4th step is about making sure that we're bringing a positive and a productive attitude to the conversation, and we're ready for a positive outcome, because that can also set the tone for the discussion. So Brooke shared these steps as well as many other strategies on our interview, so please do check it out. Here at My Lemonade Stand, I share strategies like this with managers to help us to be more effective and authentic leaders, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I post a new one every Thursday. My audiobook Thrive is now available on Audible, so please check it out. And finally, you can connect with me on my social media accounts. I look forward to seeing you here next time.